There it goes. Now I heard it go off this time.
Yeah, with
And now we're doing a podcast on the call. Oh,
yeah, the
so I'll get
clank,
to hear my crappy quality mic.
the clanker voice. I mean, it doesn't sound bad on my end, but like
I
you're,
can't hear my own end, but I always assumed it was bad.
yeah. So, uh, imagine though, like I actually make a village outside, like my own little society
Oh, dude.
with all the old trees in my yard.
Dude, you should set up. Okay, so it's a little complicated, but I guarantee if you really think about it, it might not be that hard. If you're able to find some old bricks, you can make like a furnace or like a literal oven in there so you can keep it warm and have the smoke going out like a tube.
Oh yeah, that is a good point. I could take like a metal drum. I actually
Yeah.
saw this on Outdoor Boys YouTube channel. You take a metal drum and you cut out some pieces, right? And then you put it in your shelter. Well, obviously you have the chimney coming out of the roof so the smoke doesn't stink. But yeah, there's a bunch of things you can do to make like a little furnace or stove.
Oh yeah.
And you know that big
And-
copper, you know that big copper brick you gave me?
oh yeah, I remember that big old chunk of copper I gave you.
Imagine that down with a bunch of other like pieces of copper I have for whatever reason. I make like a sword or something.
You know, a copper sword wouldn't, I don't think it'd be a bad sword, but I'm not sure if copper is the best metal. Usually, isn't like copper and like iron mixed together, like bronze or something like that? That's what usually,
Yeah, I believe
that's what
so.
Romans used.
But you know what? If
And
I'm
then,
making my own society, I have to progress through, the stages of evolution. Start
and
off, start off in the,
copper.
yeah, start off in the Stone Age, and then I work my way into the Copper Age. I don't even know if the Copper Age was an actual age, but it is an age now for me.
It's an age. In our society, it's an age.
And imagine 1 month from now, like I have like nanotechnology in the village. I just rapidly progressed technologically, all because I
Dude,
made a stick village.
I know if you're building that and you ever just want to camp out for a little bit, and, just to stay there, it's a little hard to learn, but make a teepee because a teepee has a little hole at the top of it that usually you can make so you can have a fire in the middle if it's big, and then you could lay people on the sides like surrounding the fire. You close the door, and
Yeah.
all that smoke will go straight out that hole on the top of the roof.
Oh, nice. And
And they get warm. Like we made one out of tarps and stuff. Oh man, those things get warm.
oh yeah, I can imagine. I mean, dude,
They get hot.
I should try to make a tree house, but that'd be really difficult.
Mm. Yeah, that probably would be kind of difficult. I
Yeah.
seen an old so actually yeah, I can probably tell you where it is. Okay, so I think maybe not there, but somewhere near there. If you go towards Kinross, one of the roads that kind of just like trail off to some random place, there's a road with a very, very old indigenous treehouse sitting in the trees.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, I think there's like a little sign next to it and everything saying like please do not touch, and it explains a little bit about it. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. It's just sitting there.
imagine it's like 500 years old. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of ancient structures can out surpass, modern structures.
I don't think I don't think they found anything there. I think maybe like around it, like around like an area or two, they found like chip parts of an arrowhead.
Hmm.
They claimed it. They could just be a rock, but someone did find an arrowhead near the river there.
Yeah.
I think there's a river near there. I'm not sure, but I
And
know for a fact if you want to make some arrowheads at that time. Oh,
what was that?
I don't know what that was. I have no idea. What the heck? Who's texting me? Apparently no one.
Okay,
Um,
the call's still recording, so I don't know what that was.
oh,
It was the clankers.
stupid clicker.
But like for real
Get out of
though,
here.
you got like houses from the Middle Ages still standing, which is insane to me. And just modern houses and just modern appliances and whatnot. They're just so
They all
cheaply
have
made.
AI.
Yeah, they're also cheaply made. They fall apart so fast. They're designed to fail.
our life is either going to trail off into a bunch of AI crap that'll eventually either turn on us or just take up so much resources that we can't continue the project,
Yeah.
or we reverse and we go back down and hit like a nuclear path or something goes wrong or war kills us.
Uh-huh.
It's
Our
either one of those.
man, our grandparents and great grandparents probably thought they had a weird and hard life. Imagine they were still around today, dude. At least they didn't have to deal with clankers taking over jobs and slowly taking over the world and all the
Oh,
modern,
if robots. Now, my thought was, I think if robots are definitely going to take over all our jobs, then we should be limited to free items, right? Like
yes.
if a robot takes your job, then what that job was, you should be earning it,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That or if you lose your job to a robot, you'll get a monthly payment to keep yourself floating so that everyone can just enjoy their life and people who are like good or skilled with robots, they can fix them until they make robots to fix the robots. At
Yeah,
that point, it's
I agree.
just
I agree to an extent because I don't think it's a good idea to just take away so many jobs or a significant portion
true.
of the population is just
I
not.
thought I don't really want this to happen, but if it were to inevitably happen, if you're gonna take everyone's jobs away, at least let them get free stuff. Give them everything for free.
Yeah,
Isn't that what you do with robots?
yeah, what I was gonna say is I don't think it's a good idea to have a significant portion of the population unemployed if robots do take over like a
Oh
massive
yeah,
portion of society. And like I agree that like there should be some other method of acquiring money and goods and whatnot, but I don't think it's a good idea for the
yeah,
government to give out handouts to people because then people, I mean they kind of already do that today. People who do get handouts are just most of the time incredibly lazy and they don't work for anything already. So I feel like a lot of people might just take advantage of that. But like I see what you mean, especially if there is no really job out there you can do to earn money.
I
So
thought. Well, I meant it as like let the hard jobs be taken. If you're gonna take away all the jobs that require that, let people at least enjoy the little things in life. Don't take everything.
and I
Think about that.
I feel like that might honestly be grounds for a revolution because I feel like once people's jobs start to get threatened to a greater extent than what they already are, and people like truly wake up to what's in store for them, they might they might revolt.
Yeah, dude. I can already picture it in my mind like a nicely evolved world, and then all of a sudden everything's just like broken down. People are rioting, fighting against like military robot cops.
Yeah, just
We want
tribalism.
our jobs back.
Tribalism becomes the main form of government. People just stick with the
Oh,
people they
I'd
like
thrive
with
in
the
that.
most.
I'd thrive
Dude.
over there, Hawkeyeing it against robots. Bitch, bad clinker. Phew, right through his head.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
And RoboCop is just walking over there like, what's going on?
I mean, imagine once we die and like we go to heaven or hell and we just we're just telling the stories to all the older generations of what we experienced. Like
Like, oh yeah.
you'll never believe what we had to do.
In my time, we weren't even allowed to legally buy a slave. Well, in my time, we weren't even legally allowed to work a job.
Yeah, we were fighting metallic humanoids that weren't even human. They weren't even a monster either. They were just something entirely different. Dude,
It kind of reminds me of that game Austin was playing.
what game?
It was like, I don't know. Okay, so it was a game where AI took over the military. And
Yeah,
then that AI got so smart, it decided to wipe out humans. Like most AI movies, or not movies, it's not a movie, it's a game. But it tried wiping them out, and there's only like a few humans left. Well, there's a good amount, but they're like kind of zoned out.
yeah.
And the AI will take over, and what it's doing is like it'll go out, harvest its own materials, and make more robots.
Oh,
And there's
dude.
like you have to be a person, you have to take out robots all the time, and there's bigger ones. I forgot what it's called. It was a really cool game though. I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of wanted to get it because it actually looks like a genuinely good game. I might have to ask him about that later. Oh.
Oh, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say
Sorry, I
something.
just
I don't remember.
completely derailed you.
No, you're good. But oh, I remember. I remember. Like, have you heard like the some cases or like the conspiracies that AI can get possessed or like what is it? I think someone asked ChatGPT or some generative AI chatbot. Uh, like they asked it something. So take this with a grain of salt because I might just be mashing things together and just imagining it's real. But it said something like a demon has possessed it, in that a demon is in control of it. And that's kind of
So like
frightening because
I can kind of hear you, but you're starting to do the thing again, and your mic just goes.
well, that's not good. All right, we can't
I
have.
don't think it's.
What were you gonna say?
I don't think it's. I think it's just like every once in a while.
Yeah,
Maybe when the wind picks up, is that's when it happens. When the wind starts to pick up, because it
yeah,
seems when the trees start to shake a little more at my house, that's when your voice starts to cut out like that again. So I don't think it's you. I think it's just my house.
yeah. And since the call is recording on my end, I should be good for me at
Yeah,
least. And
good.
but yeah, imagine if demons could actually possess AI. That just opens up a whole new door of
Oh my
possibility.
God. Imagine your whole house is like ran by AI machines and then it gets possessed.
Dude, ooh, what is making noise again? Did you hear that?
Is that, yeah, is that your recording? Or maybe that's like the sound of your recording coming to me.
I don't know what it is. It might just be it giving me like a notification that's still
That's weird. I
recording.
have no idea what's going on.
I mean, neither like nothing popped up on my phone, so it's still recording. So we'll just assume everything's good. Uh, but dude,
Uh, the clankers are taking you. Your voice is going in slow-mo.
like and I
I'm
hear
joking. Your voice is
wait what?
I can hear you, but oh my God, it's hilarious. Your voice is glitching and then it went into slow-mo for like 30 seconds.
The clankers are taking over.
And literally, I think, hold on, is it? I'm,
Oh, where'd you go?
do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Now you sound clear now. I think the Clankers finally decided to quit because they knew that we were onto them.
Yeah, they know that I know that they're possessed. And some
Zest.
some people use like a biblical explanation as to how AI itself is just satanic slash demonic. And by that they mean it's not necessarily evil, but it's not good either. Like it's not from God, because the way they explain it is you know, God created humans, God created intelligence, and the devil likes to invert what God makes. And uh an example is, God gives life and murder takes it away, you know.
Oh,
And so that's one example. So God, God gives intelligence, and then the devil inverts it, and he creates his own through AI. And
fake.
we all see the stories of what AI does in the movies and whatnot. It doesn't lead to anything good. So,
That's weird.
and
Huh. Never thought about that. That actually makes sense.
I mean, honestly, it's just, even if you don't look at it through biblical perspective, just think of it this way, if you ever get like that feeling, like you might be reading a book or watching a movie of something that's going on in the real world, or like a big scientific achievement slash advancement, and you're just like, even though we're capable of doing this, it's probably not a good idea to do it, because you're like, there's just some forces in nature you probably shouldn't mess with. You know what I'm saying?
I think I seen something about a lab somewhere, not China, but it's kind of like it. It's hidden. It was hidden. And
Oh, you cut out. Come back. Oh, the Clankers got Tyler. Tyler, don't leave me.
all right, I heard it. My bad. I'm not even sure what happened there. I'm being honest. My phone was just laying on my lap and it turned off.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said right before it cut out. I was like, no, the Clankers got Tyler.
I didn't hear that.
All right, what were you saying though before all that happened?
Um, Something about like a lab, and they were making like super soldiers, not a super soldier. What's this? I don't know. No, it was just like a baby, like a guy who was just gonna be super strong.
Yeah, I hope you.
Basically making him like a super soldier. Not doesn't need to sleep, really strong, really fast. And like he was trying to take all the imperfections out. So he put in like different DNA. Like I'm not sure if it wasn't cheetah. I know in sometimes, I'm not sure if it's true, but it's like some movie bull crap I'm thinking of. It probably isn't true. But he like took something from like a cheetah. You know the how the cheetahs can get so fast?
Yeah,
I think he took something from like that and made him fast. What he should have done is like something faster, but
it's just what we need running around our
a
super
tweak out.
soldiers.
He was like trying to take out the imperfections out like so cheetahs are fast, yes,
Yeah.
but they have really weak bones and their jaw isn't that strong. So all they really have is their speed. So he's trying to take those out and replace them with something else. And then he's trying to put that in like human.
Hmm.
Which I'm just thinking like, what kind of baby is gonna? What's that gonna? What do you think that's gonna look like? He's gonna
Um,
look, or it's gonna look something like a freak.
yeah, it's gonna be like a mutant. It's just gonna be really ugly.
Honestly, it's gonna look really gross. And to be honest, I ain't gonna blame it. It's not his fault. It's not his fault he got born.
Yeah, it's
And if you like, I just always see like people who have deformed children, and I'm like, most of it's really cute. But sometimes, I'm being honest, there's times when I think their child is in pain.
mm-hmm, for sure. I mean,
Because
uh,
they might not be in pain though. Who knows? Might just be happy.
so I don't think it's good to be experimenting with DNA as we've been doing and probably are doing behind closed doors, especially with big stuff like cloning, if we're actually doing it, or like super soldier testing,
Well,
like
cloning isn't that hard. Cloning, I think, is just making what you are and then just turning that back into. It's pretty much just gonna be you,
yeah.
but
I
you
mean,
just change your life.
I honestly believe they already have cloned people. I feel like a lot of celebrities have been cloned or are in the process of being cloned. And I mean, like you said, it's probably not like super advanced science anyway. And I mean, it just serves a good purpose, like say someone magically dies or they say something that isn't liked, and whoever does all the cloning, whoever's in charge of the world secretly takes them out and they put in a cloned version of them that does what they want and says what they want, and then they're not a problem anymore. Like there's some
Yeah,
theory, like there's some rumors that Benjamin Netanyahu has been cloned, and because there's you heard those rumors that he died like a week or two ago or whatever, and I wouldn't be too surprised honestly if
right?
he did die and he does have a clone. So
Jim Carrey, you're talking about?
no, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel.
Oh, the Prime Minister of Israel.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey thing, I don't know too much about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was cloned.
Because if you really looked at him, he looks so different now than he did before. Like, if you ever looked at a picture of him
Yeah,
after
yeah,
his life,
his eye color is different. Uh, I believe he wrote with his left hand instead of his right hand, and there was something
his
else that kind of stuck out.
face was more deformed, like a little bit, like he had like Botox or something like that.
Yeah, and there's other examples of people being cloned. I don't remember their names, but like there'll be a tattoo missing, or it'll be on the wrong arm, or it'll be a different color. Stuff that obviously sticks out, and you can't really explain that away easily. Because you can't really just peel a tattoo off your left arm and then put it on your right arm.
Yeah,
There's those rumors that Eminem has been cloned as well, and I don't know if Joe Biden was supposedly cloned, but he was supposedly killed back in 2019, I believe, and that explains why there's all the different Joe Bidens. Because you
what
got like
one?
the angry Joe Biden, you got the tall slash Nephilim Joe Biden, you got the uh what other Joe Bidens? You got the
Remember
angry.
one?
What were you gonna say?
I have to leave at 2, so I don't think I can
Wait, what?
leave at 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, I'm talking to my little brother.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Leave at 2 o'clock, and I'm going to Kyle's to go hang out there for a little bit, and then I'll be back. I'm so sorry if that was
No,
included.
no, you're
If
good.
you're
I
able to
was
cut that out in the podcast, that'd be great.
no, you're good. I just I was like, I'm talking about Joe Biden, and you're talking about like 2 o'clock. I'm like,
I'm
what is
sorry. I was like, that was such a mixed conversation right there.
this?
Got
Yeah,
some bloopers going in.
yeah. I feel like there's a lot of different Joe Bidens. Like, I don't know if they're clones or just like actors. You got the tall Joe Biden, the angry Joe Biden, the Joe Biden that trips and falls over everything. You got the Joe Biden of like the defined calves when he fell off that bike. And you got tall Joe Biden, and you got the Joe Biden of like the weird earlobes. So there's like a bunch of Joe Bidens just running around.
I think some people say that Joe Biden was just like a Trump in disguise. Like Trump just wanted to try new things apparently, just to see how they went, and Joe Biden was the placeholder for it.
I haven't heard that one yet, but I
I
mean,
mean, to be honest though, if I'm okay, be honest, when you think of America, what president do you immediately think of?
like what do you mean?
Like as a stereotypical president, who would you think would be the president of America?
Well, I feel like most people would just immediately resort to the current president at the time. So, like, right now, Donald Trump. But overall, I'd probably think like JFK, honestly, or Ronald Reagan, like a timeless classic president.
Ah, yeah. Oh, thank you. My sister was giving me a cat.
Oh,
Oh, come back.
who do you think of when you think of presidents?
Yeah. I always thought like what I mean like that is like if you ever go online and it's like a funny video of America, you always see Trump included into it. So my thought was, what if Trump never like secretly leaves? People don't like him,
Yeah,
obviously, for some reasons. I'm not a fan of anything really. I just don't focus on that stuff mainly because it's not important to me right now, but when it does become important, I should probably start focusing on that. There's a lot of bad things they all do. I'm not sure. There's been some good things Trump has done, right?
yeah,
Like, what was it? I know he did donate a lot of his money to like soldiers in need.
yeah,
Talked about that before. I think there's a. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was his last time he was president or this time, but his salary that he makes from being the president goes straight to the soldiers.
yeah. And he also, in his first term, took us out like the Paris Climate Agreement. I think he did it again when he got into the office like 2 years ago now. Which I think is a good thing to do because honestly, I know I'm gonna make a lot of people mad, and this might honestly get us banned off YouTube, but I think climate change is a scam. I think it's a hoax. I think it is not man-made. I think if it does exist, it is a lot uh less significant than it's made to be, and it's not man-made.
Well,
So
what people think is like, oh, it's a bad thing. We're gonna kill off the creatures. Like, I realized something. There is a wave in the earth. Because think about the Jurassic period. The
yeah,
entire land mass of the earth was one giant like thing. I guaranteed there wasn't like a cold spot on each side. Maybe there was, but there were dinosaurs everywhere, and I guarantee if you were to drill in the ice, you'd find some type of creature that didn't need cold to live.
yeah. And honestly, it just takes like 5 minutes to realize just how stupid it is and how much of like a scam it is. Because like every year you got the same stupid news
Yeah,
headlines.
true.
Hottest summer ever on its way, or hottest summer ever recorded, second hottest summer ever recorded. We only
There's
have 5 years left max. Blah blah blah.
That's fake. We all know that's fake.
Yeah, since like even the
Got
80s they
more.
were saying the same thing, and then it went to, oh, we're gonna be in an ice age, to, oh, climate change, to global warming. They changed the name because they realized it wasn't actually happening, so they had to change the name. uh yeah, before, no, I think they changed it from global warming to climate change because they realized, oh crap, the world isn't really warming as we tell everyone it is. So now it's just climate change. And like even in the
Uh,
1920s and 30s, it was, I think, as hot as it is now or even hotter. And they didn't think the world was ending, so
there was something about, I'm not sure if it was Firak or one of our science teachers. He was actually explaining something to us. Thousands of years ago, the poles swapped.
yeah.
So, like having cold ends, it'd be like warm. It'd just be a giant warm thing.
Mhm.
And then a lot of creatures that are in the cold died off. but when it came back, all the creatures that were in the cold then came back.
In a
So
ma
this whole extinction thing might not. My thought was, if climate change is such a big deal, then how come it happened multiple times in history before we even knew what climate change was,
Mhm.
and we survived it? Nothing changed.
Like, I honestly don't know how old Earth is, nor do I really care. It's not something that keeps me up at night, like, well, how old is the Earth? But it has been said the magnetic poles do switch every couple thousand years. And I think I've been hearing rumors that's actually due to do it again at some point soon. That doesn't mean like
Yeah.
it's gonna happen today or tomorrow, but
Oh no, it'll still take a couple hundred years to switch.
yeah, and crap, what was I gonna say? Something about climate change. Crap, I forgot. But dang it, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. But it was something related to the magnetic poles, but oh, there goes the weird beeping sound again.
Maybe
uh
that's the wording, like taking a pause, like saying, "Hey, we're at this point in time." Like every,
yeah, I think it does probably like every 5 minutes or something, honestly.
hmm.
And fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm trying so hard to remember it.
So you're talking about climate change.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to remember. This isn't what I was going to say, but I'll just go
Yeah.
on to a different tangent. Pretty much overall, I think climate
Hackers are
change.
taking over. They're making us forget what we was talking about.
Yeah, I don't think climate change is as big as they make it seem. And I used to actually believe in it, honestly, a couple years ago. I was like, oh man, the world's gonna suck when I'm old. Because I was like, oh, everything's gonna melt to the ground. But
Ugh.
everything's just always changing. You can't control the weather. I mean, honestly, we might be able to control the weather. I take that back.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what technology we're gonna come up with next? Like,
And
oh,
think of it.
I mean, we already came up with a way to make a cloud so that it can rain in certain areas, and
Yeah, we got cloud
that
seeding
was
that's real. And just think of it. I mean, Nikola Tesla, I believe, was working on something similar to weather control. And then after he died, all his papers got seized by the government. And then and just think of it, it's always the government saying, "Oh, we only have so many years left before the earth just, melts," or like this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. And just think this is more of a conspiracy, but I mean it makes sense. You know, like how hurricanes hit like Florida or like the southeast, or you got like the tornadoes in the Midwest. Just
yeah,
think of it. You know, you know what I said earlier, like how there's old structures that are still standing today, while modern structures can barely struggle, like they barely are able to handle 10 years.
yeah.
Uh, it could just also be that, everything's so cheaply made that when a storm comes through a densely populated area of cheaply built homes and buildings, it looks like it was like the most horrific storm never hit Earth. But in reality, it probably wasn't even that bad. It's just these cheap, densely populated areas, uh, just make it seem like it's bad because, again, the buildings are so cheap, they can barely stand, getting blown on by a slight breeze. So when a tornado or hurricane comes through, it looks like it got wrecked. So I think it's more of like a psyop in a way, Oh, let's build these cheap little homes. Let's make it look
Although I feel like
super
there should
strong.
be only one exception for something like that:
What?
an F5 tornado.
Yeah,
Those have been known to rip dirt out of ground.
yeah, there are powerful storms. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, uh,
Yeah, but like like an F2 tornado shouldn't be able to tear up your house.
yeah, and there's even like some of the most powerful recorded hurricanes ever. Like I think there's only one or two that are from this century, honestly. Most of them were from like decades ago. So they're not even that bad as they were back then.
I
And then,
guarantee there's only been like one recorded, like really, really old storm that like genuinely destroyed almost everything.
yeah.
Called again? It
Uh,
had a name. It was like this storm, and it's written in like some Chinese language. Not
yeah.
Chinese, sure. We're talking about in history. This might actually be more sooner, so I probably no, it doesn't line up. Never mind. What I was thinking is something else.
All right. And this is more on the conspiracy side, but I think it lines up. It seems logical to me. Low key, the government's just controlling the weather to some extent. They're coming up these massive storms to make it look like, oh, it's climate change, or they're increasing the
CIA is
temperature.
making them.
Yeah, so then they can promote this narrative that the Earth is melting and that we need to fix the climate by buying or not solar powered cars, freaking like Teslas that destroy the environment more than gas powered cars do, by the way. And I mean, just think you got all these rich people, all the elites, like, oh, climate change, do this, do that, but I'm gonna fly in my private jet. I'm gonna drive my expensive sports cars. I'm gonna drive my gas guzzling vehicles while you're not supposed to, because you're making the earth melt down. You know, the hypocrisy is insane. Uh, the double standard that's there, I don't know how people don't see through it.
Dude, a little off topic here, but I can just imagine the picture you're gonna put at the title of this video is just like a tornado with CIA agents with weather
Oh,
control
dude.
whipping around in the air.
Yeah. Or it's also probably like the
Native
FBI, you know,
Native American huts sitting around the sides.
it's like how some politicians want to ban certain guns or certain attachments or whatnot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Imagine FBI secretly behind the scenes giving the exact guns the government wants banned to mentally ill people.
Yeah, here's a little Uzi. Just be careful. Don't aim at us and have fun.
Hey, here's this gun that the government doesn't want us to have. We're gonna give it to you. See this store over there? Those people don't like you.
Those guys called you a stupid head. You should take this and hold the trigger as hard as you can.
1 week later, oh, we're banning this gun because it is not good for people. It obviously leads to people getting massacred. But we totally didn't do it. We totally weren't the ones behind it.
Who built that? I don't know. Bro,
There's
my thought was like, what if you go back in time to like 1803 and bring like an Uzi and just like a bunch of modern weapons and just show them what they can do?
well, it's gonna be the third side of the Civil War. I'm trying to
You're
think.
gonna
Well, what wars are going on in 1803? I think Napoleon was doing his little lovely conquest of Europe back around then, I believe. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but yeah, imagine you just show up to Europe with a freaking machine
Hey
gun.
Napoleon, let me show you my device. Brrr, just takes out a horde of people.
Dude, you would be. I don't even know what you'd be, bro. You'd just be the new emperor of Europe at that point. They just give up.
Napoleon would look at you like, come on, man.
You would simply accomplish what Hitler tried to do within a matter of minutes. They'd just be like, you know what, we give up. You're pretty much a god. We're just gonna give it to you. Well, there it goes again. So yeah, I think it's every 5 or 6 minutes it goes off.
Yeah.
It's nothing too serious though, so
It's just like letting us know that the thing is still recording.
yeah. Oh, dude, my back. Dude, I will actually be surprised if this doesn't get kicked off YouTube because I'm exposing climate change and I don't even think they're conspiracies at
We're
this
just
point.
being real. Like if we get
Yeah,
kicked off, that just proves our point.
yeah, and just
You guys
honestly,
gotta know.
a conspiracy theorist at this point is just it's just a truth. It's a oh, how do I say this? It's just someone who knows the truth, honestly. Especially look at it now, like the Epstein stuff and whatnot.
Wasn't that
Like
okay?
if
You brought up something about Hitler just a second ago. My mind's still on it. Was he trying to like figure out a way to come up with like a future technology to take over the world?
I mean, I
Was
want to
that
put
his?
it past him. I mean, he was deep into the occult, and he supposedly made like a time machine. Well, not him himself, but like the Nazis did. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Just think about it.
And
What
he
if
was
they?
looking for biblical weapons as well. Like he was looking for the Ark of the Covenant because in the Bible, like that thing could just destroy cities and kill people like instantly. And he was looking for other
What if the?
things.
What if the Ark of the Covenant was just a nuclear bomb that a man from the future brought back?
It does definitely sound nuclear in nature, but in the Bible, God gave commandments for how it should be built. So,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, my bad.
Well, no, you're good. You're good. And honestly, I mean, you're. I don't know what he was thinking of trying to go find it because in the Bible, only certain people are even allowed near it. Yeah, you can't even look at it if you're not supposed to touch it, because it'll just incinerate you. It'll just kill you instantly. Because there's only a certain line of priests, the Leviathans, I believe. Uh, the tribe of Levi, I believe, is the only ones that are allowed to touch it. And I believe that priest line is dead now. or if it's not, it is very, very, very rare. So if it's still out there, nobody can touch it because they'll just get killed instantly. So that's why I don't really believe like the Vatican has it, like some people claim they do, because I don't think any of them are Leviathan priests. So yeah, they can't touch it. If it is still around, the only possibility I think of where it's at is in an Ethiopian church, which I believe some people who are allowed to touch the Ark brought it there, and it's been sitting there ever since for like 2,000 plus years. That's the only plausibility, in my opinion, of where it's at. But yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, let's go get the Ark of the Covenant." I'm like, "Okay, you're gonna
It's
get
like
killed
buried in
instantly."
some hidden area, and like some poor little kid just falls upon it and just looks at it wrong. It just blows up.
Oh, dude.
Oh, sorry, little Billy. Beep, gone.
But I definitely do believe the Vatican does have, probably like super weapons. But just not the Ark of the Covenant. They probably do have other biblical things. Supposedly the Knights Templar found it during the Crusades, but again, unless the rules secretly changed of who can touch it, I don't think anyone found it. And if they did, they got killed. So, but I mean, Jerusalem probably does have some cool things still left behind from Bible times, and the Vatican obviously probably has all sorts of things. Like they supposedly have a time machine. Uh, they have supposedly a robotic talking head as well that a pope made back in the 900s. Because for
Dude,
some reason the pope was making robots. The clankers were around 1100 years ago.
I still get these videos, not it was on TikTok and like everywhere else of like really short ones that have like one like. Then I'll look at the page and they're like, as soon as I watch them, I'll go back to them after like a day and they're banned. They're just gone. They're wiped
Yeah,
off.
because the
And
algorithm only
there was
promotes. Oh, my bad.
there was video. It had a title on it. It said it claimed a real angel. And it was just this weird, like flashing black object. And if you ever look like an actual image of an angel, it looked just like it, but it was like warping into itself and making these weird noises. I was like,
Oh,
what?
dude.
It was at a beach, and there was like no one there, and it was on a weird phone, and the phone started to it was a clearer picture of an actual like new phone nowadays. And then
Yeah,
the end of the video, the phone started glitching out.
yeah, YouTube and all these other platforms, I mean, their algorithm only promotes certain things, which most of the time is just straight up degeneracy. Like, you'll get banned for conspiracies, but yet they'll let, like, a thought online just show her butt and boobs, and, like, she doesn't get banned. In fact, gets promoted from the algorithm. She'll have millions of followers, well, you say something conspiratorial or something or controversial, and then you're just gone. So they only promote certain things. Like if it's dumb, they'll promote it. If it makes you uh
You ever
degenerate,
realize that the girls that do that, or like, do all that flashy thing with their butt and all that stuff, if you think about it, a lot of things like that triggers something in a boy's brain, like a teenage boy's brain.
yeah, it's just
They're like,
lust.
ooh, horny modes. It's lust. It's always those. It's always something that triggers you inside you, something that we have in nature.
Hmm.
So what if all these companies are just using these to trigger something inside you to get you hooked on it? And
Yeah,
then whatever it's like real, they push you away from it because it's not,
yeah,
they push you away.
yeah, you're getting onto a good point there. I mean, it's a primal
Because you feel
instinct.
something from those twos and they're trying to block that out of your system. They're trying to make you forget that.
Yeah, you're getting onto a good point because I mean it's a primal instinct that most guys have, and it's something that you wanna feed, you wanna fulfill your primal instincts, and if you do it through social media, like through that, looking at
Very
OnlyFans
easy to
or
get you.
whatnot, uh, that urge, even on the outside, it doesn't appear to be. It's still fulfilled, at least in your brain. So then you're like, oh, I've kind of completed my purpose as a man. I'm just gonna be lazy now. That's pretty much what it boils down to, if you think about it. And like you said, I mean, it keeps guys addicted, and it's just degeneracy. So if you're addicted to degeneracy, you yourself will become a degenerate at some point. So I mean, there's nothing good about it. It's just to make people docile, make them weak and degenerate. So
And there's also apparently someone's, because I've seen this on the video too, that kind of got banned. It was a guy explaining this, but then he said there's also something deep in your mind that will trigger you the same way it does for those hormones, but in a different way about like these conspiracies that you hear. Because some of them, I swear to God, that one that was an angel one, that one made something click in my brain. I was like, oh, this doesn't feel like a fake video. This looks real.
Yeah.
I even tried it through multiple things, and it wasn't it wasn't like a fake video. I used AI, I even tried AI, and the AI was confused by the video, and then just kind of gave me a weird non-direct answer.
Yeah, because I mean, you know,
What if
all
off
these
this?
all these powerful people don't want you to know that they're not the most powerful people out there, that there is a God more powerful than them, and by like quite a bit, and they don't want you to see the true nature of the world because they want you to think that they're the only ones with power, they're the only ones who can control you and tell you what to do, and they don't want you to think that, that there's more out there in the universe, and it's powerful, and it has a lot more meaning than what these billionaires and politicians tell you. So that's why they try to keep it all hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably honestly why in public schools they teach like biology and whatnot the way they do. They only teach
Public
science
school
the way
was
they do.
created to teach factory workers how to continue working in a line,
Yeah, John
how to speak
Rockefeller.
speak in, yeah, he made it so that workers can follow directions and orders
Yeah, he literally said that
rather than we're
I
not
want
becoming.
he literally said he wants a nation full of workers and not thinkers. And he funded the modern school system, I think in the 1920s, so about 100-ish years ago. And he's also the same guy who funded the Flexner Report, which
And
pretty much shut down alternative healing slash medical school. And because he said, oh, there's no scientific basis to them. The only schools that have scientific basis to them are the ones that promote products that make me money, because most schools now, most medical schools teach a petroleum-based pharmaceutical approach. They take a petroleum-based pharmaceutical approach. Jesus, that's a tongue twister.
yeah,
Because,
dude,
John Rock,
listen,
oops, what were you gonna
what
say?
if like that? Yeah, that's true, obviously. But when we started realizing what the school was teaching, they started adding like new things.
Oh, you're glitching out. Tyler, no, the clankers got you again. Stupid metallic humanoids.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
All right. So my thought was, as soon as we realized that we're being taught how to be factory workers, not like learners, we started to add things like foods and like welding and all these things that seem like we're getting options. But in
Hmm.
reality, they're options for more factory workers. Like
It's the illusion of free will, pretty much.
you're becoming what? A welder, right? Oh, that's cool. You can weld. You're welding for people who that you work for.
Hmm.
They never taught you how to create your own welding business, but they taught you how to work for one.
Exactly. Uh, and think of it. I mean, even I want to go back to a few minutes ago. I just want to finish what I was saying. Then, uh, the medical schools now teach a petroleum-based pharmaceutical uh curriculum, and John Rockefeller obviously got his money from oil. And if you can link the medicine to oil, which is what he profited off of, he gets more money overall. So that's why he shut down alternative medical schools because they probably actually healed people. They probably actually cured sickness. They probably made people better. And you can simply sum up the medical industry with a few words, which is if they profit off of your sickness, why would they intentionally cure you and cut off their source of profit? Because a healthy patient is not a patient that a doctor can make money off of anymore, if you think about it. Because
Sure. You can't make money if you're healthy.
yeah, most medicine today cures your symptoms. It doesn't cure your overlying problem slash disease or whatever you have. And honestly, the medicines probably just make you even more sick because they're petroleum based. It's literally just oil. That's not good for you. And going now he funds the school system, right? And oh, this is the only correct way to give medicine. This is the only correct way to heal people. This is how you need to be a worker. So then you can get me more money. Because if you can think for yourself, you'll be a lot more intelligent. This nation will go in a completely different way. Uh, and it won't make me money or my other rich friends money either. And I mean, it keeps you enslaved because think about it. I mean, the modern school slash work system, you have to work for 8 hours, right? Because the Industrial Revolution was the first time ever in human history where a human's life revolved around a clock instead of the sun, because in ancient times, like in the Middle Ages, you work, you get up early in the morning, work till it gets around noon when the sun's too hot. You chill out for a few hours. You most likely probably take a nap or do stuff inside the house or less physically demanding work, and then you go back outside for the few hours of the day remaining, where it's a little cooler, and then you go to bed when it's dark outside, and you wake back up when gets light outside. The
Yeah.
the clock changed all that, you know. It just goes completely against the circadian rhythm. It does nothing good for humans overall. That's why so many people are like depressed and anxious. They hate their
Yeah.
jobs.
And wait, here's a good spot for this. And since you're starting to turn depressed, they had a great idea to release something that will make you constantly work harder and will drain money out of you because it's addictive. They gave you something like nicotine, marijuana, drugs, just all these things that they throw at you to make you feel happier so you
Yeah,
can keep working and not have to worry about constantly getting tired or depressed.
yeah.
You're now just
When you're
drugs and you have to work to get those drugs.
when you're born in a cage, true freedom looks almost like dangerous in a way. It doesn't look right because I mean, the second you're born, you have to follow these laws that you never wanted to, you probably never consented to. Honestly, you have to pay taxes. We're literally the only species on Earth that literally pays to live here, all because someone said you have to. Like we have to pay for water, you have to pay for food, you have to pay for a house. No other animal does that. The only reason we do it is because some rich people, God knows how long ago, just said, you know what, we're gonna do this because it makes me money. And if you don't do it, you're breaking the law because you're not giving me money. And that's pretty much what the modern school system is now. It's literally just a big profit scheme, you know, because all these rich people get the profit off of us because we go to work for them in their companies. That's
Yeah.
why school doesn't really teach you anything you honestly need to know. I mean, sure, it teaches you like basic math and like basic science, but like, I mean, most people don't really need advanced
And then
algebra.
there were people in historical times that guaranteed, I know for sure they did not know how to do algebra, but they
Mhm.
still ran. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Abraham Lincoln ran a country not knowing what geometry was.
Yeah, some of like the greatest minds ever are from thousands or hundreds of years ago. Like, give me someone
I
who's
know
alive today who,
some of them didn't know any of that crap, but they still ran really good. They still knew what they needed to know.
yeah, give me someone alive today or who recently died who is comparable to, like Plato or Socrates or Einstein or like Isaac Newton, you know. I mean, sure, there's Stephen Hawking, but I mean, I don't know. He's a little iffy, especially with this Epstein stuff. I mean, this doesn't make him like any less stupid, but I mean, uh,
Little. Hmm.
he went to the modern school system to get a modern education, and I don't know. I mean, he was smart. I'll give him that. So I guess he counts. But I mean, again,
I'm
there's always exceptions to every rule, though. So
still thinking about this stupid idea of making a party for time travelers.
yeah, that's probably why nobody showed up to it because he's pretty much a pedophile.
Pretty much, they all knew he was a pedophile, so they didn't
Yeah, I
want to show
mean,
up.
most people don't want to hang with a pedo. So
Yeah. Well,
and
I'll be oh, that guy.
you want to know something funny too? Back in like the early industrial revolution when clocks were getting really big, they would slow down the clock during the workday and they would speed it up during the night. So you would work more and sleep less, and then it would seem like, oh, it was 8 hours sleeping, 8 hours working, when in actuality it wasn't because they were literally controlling the clocks.
What if time that we made isn't actually what it is supposed to be?
Time, for the most part, I believe, is just an imaginary construct. We measure time based off how fast the Earth spins and how we circle the sun and blah blah blah. Like time by itself
Yeah.
is
Who
really
decided to
not a
sit down
thing.
and just start counting? Like, who just went, all right, it's this time? We just like started, oh,
I mean, like,
we didn't
sure, Einstein
and
said time's a dimension,
at the
but
sky and going, all right, it's somewhat dim. It's starting to become morning because it was night just a couple minutes ago.
mhm,
That wake up. And then when it starts to get new, and then when you see the sun come up towards the middle of the sky, that's when you knew it's kind of like a noonish time. When it
mhm,
starts going down, you get that golden haze again.
yeah.
It starts turning dark, and then when it turns dark, it's dark. When you start seeing the moon,
In Einstein's show, time is
then we
it's
started putting numbers on that.
time is relative, meaning time here can go faster than, like, say, time on a planet 1,000 light years away, because it's
At some
all relative to the curvature of space.
at some point, I feel like if you get far away enough, time will spin so fast that it doesn't even move. You know those how sometimes if you spin a fidget spinner, it looks like it's not moving at all.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, black holes pretty much do that. I mean, well, it's not
It
because they're
goes,
spinning so fast, just because they're bending
yeah,
space so much and time just stops.
looks like it's not moving at all. Like it just didn't move. In
Mhm.
reality, it's so fast you just can't see it.
Yeah. And I want to go back to the modern school system real quick, because if you think about it, a lot of the stuff they teach is just theoretical, especially in science, because like the
Right.
theory of evolution and like, sure, the one theory, what is it called? Like, crap, like survival of the fittest, pretty much. That's not what it's called, but like, say you live in an environment and you need different traits, like that's been observed in nature, so that is true. Like, nobody's ever seen an animal evolve into another animal species, which is claimed in the theory of evolution. So a lot of that stuff's just theoretical. Like, they don't even know officially how the moon is made, and I know that's gonna make people mad. If people are like, "I'll just look it up," but I see news stories coming out. I have books published recently, like within the last 10 years, and they still like, "Oh, the moon is most likely made this way, most likely made this way." Like, they can't even get a definitive answer for like half the stuff in science. A lot of it's theoretical. So they're literally teaching a field that has not been proven. And I know people are like, oh, if you want like a religious based curriculum, just go to a religious school. Yeah, a religious school you have to pay money for, but yeah, they teach the religion of science and modernism for free in public school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They
Yeah,
talk a lot about I'm walking around my house now, but they always talk about freaking topic of school. I'm sorry, I got a little lost. I was walking around.
like bring back philosophy. Philosophy makes people think. It's a pretty interesting subject.
That's something I always see. Philosophy. It makes you think about the questions of questions. Like
It makes you question reality. It makes you think deeply, and converse with others about what's going
it
on.
makes you think about the opposite of what you think. Like if dark is fear, then why does light form in it?
Hmm.
How come fireflies are a thing? If they use dark to communicate, then how come we see dark as danger?
Hmm.
They see it as a good thing. We see it as a bad thing.
And philosophy
Huh.
makes you think deeply. I mean, uh, it's just I don't know. I wish we brought
Yeah,
back.
you're saying that. My thought was a little kind of oddball. I just kind of threw it out there just to see if I can come up with something.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I'm just saying, like, I wish school taught actual important things. And it's also not natural for humans, especially boys, just to sit for hours every single day, and then they get yelled at for doing what boys should do, like mess around or be
Like
excited and
stretching
hyper.
out and actually learning how to do something,
Yeah. And then they call it OCD or ADHD, and they're like, you need to be medicated, and
I
then they just drug you up.
describe as ADD and OCD, but
Like, I'm sorry, it's not ADHD, it's just the kids are not wired to sit like this, and it also doesn't help that you feed them the worst food on the planet, loaded with sugar, which makes you hyper. It's just it doesn't help that a lot of school is, like, feminist, it's feminine by that, I mean, a lot of teachers are girls, right? And they're always, like, "Oh, sit down, be quiet, be respectful of others, hands off of each other, hands to yourself." Because boys like to mess around, they like to roughhouse, but all these girly teachers are like, "No, don't touch each other, sit down, be quiet, let's focus," you know?
then you got the weird teachers, like who are adults, but they're just weird.
Yeah, well, then
Like
if you ooh, what were you gonna say?
Norman, Norman's done this before. He yelled at the boys for climbing on top of each other, making a dog pile. But when the girls were literally laying on each other, humping each other, he didn't say a damn thing. He just sat there, watched it like a freaking pervert, and then continued on with his day.
Well, that's probably why then. Probably why he didn't say
He's
anything.
just a creep. That's
I
kind
mean,
of a creep.
it doesn't help that he's not much older than us
I
either,
mean,
so,
he seems to be doing better now. Like he actually yells at everyone,
yeah.
mainly at the point because I think everyone pissed him off so much so that he just had to stick with it. I'm sorry if I swore. I always forget.
No, it's fine on the podcast. Just don't say, like, slurs or anything.
Why would I say a slur?
Well, I was saying, like, that would probably get me in trouble. But,
Sure.
it's just, the school system, and like the LED lights in the ceiling, for example, those strain your eyes, they mess with your mind, they have negative psychological effects, and it has been proven, but yet they still have them in the school and in
Yeah.
most buildings today. Like those things can cause migraines, it can cause anxiety, it damages your eyes. You can have crappy eyesight in the future because
Crap-
of them.
All the crap in school, it straight up messes with you. And
Yeah.
I've seen things like it makes people dumber almost. It
School
gives
is
them
just
less
school is
think.
just almost like in a way a torture chamber because you're
It's like
getting
force feeding an animal.
you're getting assaulted from like every angle possible. You got LED lights eating away at your mind and at your eyes. You got this toxic food which is slowly poisoning and destroying your body and your health. You got this curriculum which is dumbing you down and making you just dread working in the future because you're being confined pretty much. Like you're not being allowed to, reach your full potential. And I mean, just think of it. Go to a zoo, for example. You got all these wild animals. You know how like they all look depressed and hate their lives. They don't want to do anything. That's what the modern human is. I mean, you put them in an office or in school all day, and like it's just not supposed to. It's not natural. It's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be that way. And then they act like you're the problem. Like, oh, you're just depressed. It's like, I don't know, I'm not depressed. Well, I guess say you are depressed. It's just because you're making me do this stuff.
I am sad because you make me sit here every day and listen to this bull crap and
Yeah.
constantly make me
And,
have to do all this stuff. Like
and, and then they put
it's not
you and then they put you on medicine that does more harm than good. And it doesn't even actually cure your symptoms. It just well, it doesn't cure your disease. It just cures your symptoms. It just kind of hides them a little. So it makes you think that you're healthy even though you're actually not. Your disease is still there. And just think of it this way. I mean, you know how much money's poured into cancer research every single year? Guess what the only thing they have to show for is an increase in cancer rates every single year. So yeah, how's that
Did,
cancer research going?
did
It's
you
just
find anything at all, or did you just sit there with your thumbs up your butt?
yeah, if they found a cure to cancer, which I think they already have a while ago, that would just like drain the medical industry. I mean, it would still be around, but like that's a significant chunk of their money just gone. So yeah, that's why they'll never cure it, or at least give the cure out publicly. Like I hear rumors that cancer is completely different than what we thought it is. That's actually a parasite, and that it's not like what
Believe
we think
it
it
or
is.
not, my dad recently just has been diagnosed with cancer.
What your dad has?
hmm He got cancer recently, actually.
Oh, geez, what type?
Uh, embarrassing. Apparently to him. I told him it's still worrying. He got testicular cancer.
Well, that's not
He
good.
got, I think, a tumor down there, and it's a rare type of cancer.
And it's just I don't know. I don't like how people go to the medical industry thinking it's gonna help them. Even like they're probably genuinely convinced that they're gonna get helped, and like I feel bad for those people because feel like the medical industry is just harming them more than it's doing good for them.
Yeah, it's not gonna help you in any
Like
way.
I feel sad and bad for them at the same time. Like,
They're, think about it. The way they treat cancer is they pump you with radiation.
yeah, let's douse you in radiation because that's gonna help. Yeah, you go to the freaking dentist, get blasted with the X-ray for like a split second, yet they have a lead apron on you. The dentist runs away to a whole different room. But no, radiation's good for you. No, it's not. You're literally just destroying your
They're
spine.
taking literal tiny lasers and just beaming them into your body, hoping they look at something that they might just think about doing.
That's why if I ever got cancer, or even if I'm just older, like I would do everything I can to fight against it. Like eat healthier, go to alternative healing schools, go talk to Native Americans, look up ancient ways they cured things
I
like
guarantee
this.
someone in history had cancer and then they cured it
Yeah,
without any radiation, any technology or something like that. They cured it. They fixed it.
and honestly, I feel like there's frequencies you can honestly use as well because I mean, matter itself vibrates at random frequencies. And I mean, they've already kind of shown that some cancer cells can be killed using frequencies, like getting blasted at certain sound waves, I believe, if I'm correct. So, like, I would look in everything other than
Why do you
what's mainstream.
think about it though? If you're actually onto something. If you ever seen the natives like drums or something like that, they're always so big, and when they hit them, they make a weird humming sound. They make a buzz in your body.
Hmm.
When they were banging drums at a a powwow I was at, those vibrations felt weird. But when I came home, I actually felt good for once. Like my stomach wasn't hurting, my mind was fine.
Yeah, because
Felt
like
weird, but it
it
felt
tunes
good.
it tunes into your soul pretty much. I mean, it unites you with creation if you think about it.
Yeah.
But they don't want you to know that because if you're part of a higher self,
If you yeah, if you have that for yourself, then you're just gonna
you're
be
uncontrollable.
can't yeah, you're can't control you no more, can't get your money, can't get your time, and even then, if we already had that, we have no reason to use money.
That's probably like why some shrooms are illegal. Like I don't know how many mushrooms are illegal, like drug mushrooms, but
Yeah, there was they actually claimed this. It was a mushroom that was growing around this like radiation place,
yeah,
and everyone was like feared it, and some druggie took it, and it cured his addiction, and it cured his cancer cells. He had a cancerous tumor,
yeah,
and
I believe mushrooms can cause like ego death and whatnot. Mushrooms can like or maybe it was a different kind of drug. Like they can just fix you like that. One or two trips, just done for it. Or
yeah,
like you're
I
not
mean,
there.
I mean, there's gonna be a downside of you having to hallucinate for a little bit.
Yeah, but is that honestly a downside? Because think of it this way: the reason they're
It
probably
might be
banned,
showing.
the reason they're probably banned is because the government's like, oh, they're unhealthy for you. They're bad. But bad for who? You or for me? Because alcohol is also bad. Alcohol can lead to many things. You can destroy your organs, destroy your family, destroy
But yeah,
a lot of things.
fire water, it's a native's way of making alcohol.
Just like cigarettes, same thing. Why aren't those banned then? Because by that same logic, if mushrooms are bad because they harm my health, then how come alcohol and cigarettes aren't banned? So the reason I think cigarette or not cigarettes, mushrooms are probably banned or heavily controlled is because
Someone,
they wake you up to reality. They connect you with God. They connect you with just higher things, and you wake up and then you see reality for how it truly is, and they don't want that. So that's why they ban it. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
my thoughts, wow, made me think for a second. There are so many different types that'll do different things. I knew one. There's two that I officially knew. There's one that makes you hallucinate, and apparently, it's the one I was just talking about. It heals you. It makes you think about the wounds that you have, and then it like slowly heals you. And then this man you'll talk to for a little bit, and then you'll like wake up, and you'll be fine. You'll feel great for some odd reason. Other drugs will make you feel like absolute dog crap, but this one
Yeah.
apparently makes you feel really good. There's another one though that I've seen Vikings used to call it. It wasn't like they had a weird name for it, but some people call it like a rage shroom, where
Yeah.
basically you get really strong. It gave you almost superhuman powers, and what it do is make you not feel pain. You'll have the ability to like move faster and see in slow mo. So if something was thrown at you, a normal person wouldn't be able to see that. You could see it in time to move out of the way.
Hmm.
Someone can take it and be able to dodge bullets. There's like a black market video of someone who took one, and this guy emptied a mag at him, and he dodged every single bullet.
Jesus.
And another one I heard was like salvia. Apparently, that stuff makes you like
Yeah, you live like
trip
a
out. You'll live in a whole other world.
yeah for like many years too. Like
You'll
you
live in
come back
a
and
life.
just like
You'll wake up, you're like, oh my God, I just have these memories of this whole world that I've lived in.
like you live a whole different life pretty much.
And my thought was, what if it's not fake? What if it's taking you to a different version of you in another reality?
Yeah, they want you to think it's
You
fake.
what you could be.
Yeah, they want
So,
you. Oops, sorry.
oh no, I was just saying.
They like they want you to think it's fake because then they know that you're not as controllable. Uh, well, because like if you know it's real, which I think it is, then they know that you're not easily controlled, that you're awake to what is actually in reality, and that the government and those who are in charge can't, control you that well. And uh, I was gonna say something about shrooms or something, but like, yeah, you brought up all the different drugs. Like obviously there are some bad drugs and whatnot. That doesn't mean, like,
There are for like dangerous shrooms.
yeah, that doesn't mean like everything's good for
I
you.
thought it was the devil. I thought it was the devil shroom.
And oh, now I remember, I was gonna say, I find it interesting that all the fluoridated water we drink and all the most of foods we eat, like the processed foods, calcify our pineal gland, which is a gland in the brain, which is also, I think, really small. But what's interesting is a lot of ancient cultures had a heavy fascination with the pineal gland because they said connected you to like the spirit realm or to like a higher version of reality. And magically,
Kind of
all of
like a system
ours,
for your phone.
almost all of ours is calcified, and which means it's not working very well. It's not working the way the ancients knew how it worked. So I also find that interesting because if that's not calcified, you can do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Supposedly, like have out of body experiences, do it like astral projection. You can like probably go to different realities or do a whole bunch of crazy stuff like that. So I find that interesting that that's calcified and it's not easily you can't really work it. You can't really use it anymore unless you decalcify it, but most
Dude,
people don't know how to.
it took one evil, hell, not even a person. My thought was like, if all this evil is happening and we're just humans and we're brought here and we got these abilities to do it, what if there really is no such thing as an evil person, but something in their soul that is making them do it?
Yeah, it's kind of like the like hate the
Really aren't.
sin, not the sinner kind of deal,
Yeah.
where like sin is independent of humans, but it could still influence them to do bad things. Like I don't know what to think of it if humans are truly capable of evil or if they're just being influenced by something that is just pure evil. I don't know what
Something
to
so
think of it, but I know evil itself still exists. So, and what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something related to this. I keep forgetting everything I want to say today. Oh, also, no, this ties into it. So, like how sometimes you can get into arguments with people where you just like have a debate about something like philosophical or whatnot, and they get really defensive or they just like scoff and brush it off. Because a lot of people aren't willing to put down their egos at all for anything. And an example is this. I don't know how to say this without sounding goofy or without you laughing. First off, let me clarify. Uh, I believe the Earth is round, right? But I find it interesting that people find that they believe the Earth is flat. And I think instead of just brushing them off like they're retards, we should at least listen to what they have to say, just like anyone else in a debate, because these people genuinely believe that the Earth is flat, and like what makes them think that? And sure, sometimes they bring up good pieces of evidence that most of the pictures we have of the supposed round Earth are controlled because they come from NASA, which is a government agency. And there's already the rumors that NASA faked the moon landing. So if the Earth is flat, why wouldn't they fake it being flat? Not being flat. And then they got all the rumors of pilots saying that's flat. So it's just I don't know. People they can't ever have a discussion with anyone because they never let their ego down. You know what I'm trying to say?
they didn't fake it. And what, or no, no, what the heck did I just say? They faked it. And then what if flat Earth believers believe that the Earth is flat? And like, oh my gosh, I sound like I'm gone right now. Trying to say, what I'm trying to say is like, what if the Earth isn't flat, but they see it as flat? Like it looks flat, but in actuality, the Earth that we live in is a smaller portion of the actual size. Like if we were
Well, that is a
actually
theory.
go up into space and instead of faking it, what?
I said that is a theory. I'll let you keep talking. I'll say what I was going to say.
We go up into space, like actually, and not either fake it or think of that ego, or what if one day the government found out that they were actually right and they don't want to be wrong, so they just made it look like they're wrong.
Yeah,
And then when did we actually go up there and we realize we're in like a giant circle and we're in the center of this circle. And on beyond the outside of that circle is a giant world of just different things. And
yeah,
that's where all the people who are like spiritually still connected. And they're there and they're trying to give us signals and we're just stuck in this little globe.
yeah. That's actually a theory. It ties into both like flat Earth or there's another theory. Where the Earth is round, but it's a lot bigger than we thought it is. Where there's like other continents beyond Antarctica. And and that's where the theory of like where UFOs come from. That's just other humans from another part of the world that we haven't found yet, with just super advanced technology, and that there might be like other species of animals out there. So that is like a real theory, at least in the conspiracy world. And it's just it's sad because nobody ever wants to debate it because their egos are sky high, and also because I think it just fundamentally challenges everything that they know. Because if they if they're being challenged on the shape of the earth, that just makes them think that what they thought was one absolute truth, it itself may not even be true. So like their whole you know, perception of the world might be wrong. They don't want to accept that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think I know what you're trying to talk about. I
yeah.
think they realized what they are so focused on what they think is true
Hmm.
that if they were to actually learn what the truth was, it would be destroying all of their life's work.
Hmm.
Now, there have been multiple occasions of literally documented history of giant scientists who realized that they were wrong and they accepted it and they fixed it.
Yeah.
They got smarter because they were wrong. Like
Hmm.
there's a quote or two somewhere out there that says something about like if you're never wrong, you'll never be right. Because if you're never wrong, nothing's really right.
Hmm.
And you'll never challenge, you'll never truly think of like what is that?
And just
If you
think for
like
like, oh, oh,
you're
sorry.
a great you're a great scientist, you're trying to discover new things. If you never look at what you have and completely reverse it and make it look different, if someone says that to you and you look at it and just say, "Oh, you're wrong," you might be the wrong one because you're not the one taking the challenge and looking at it like, "All right, let's go see."
Hmm. Like you're only
They could,
accepting what you think is true, and you're just refusing to put your ego down.
yeah. And then if they actually do that, there have been cases of like not like great things, but like little things. Like they thought always germs were passed by spirit, which some of them probably were. My thought was that germs jump around. They thought it was due to like the smell or something like that. And then one day, some guy actually came out and said, "Hey, what if it's this?" And instead of saying no, they actually looked into it and they realized they were wrong.
Hmm.
So then they went with it and they got smarter about it. So what if we aren't wrong and they just finally admit that they're not correct either, and then we actually look into it?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the whole overarching goal of science is to progress as humanity and learn more, I mean, if you want to truly put an end to things like the flat Earth debate, hear the other side out and have a grounded educational discussion, you know. Don't don't tell them that they're retards. Don't think you're mightier and better than them because they're also humans. They're genuinely convinced the earth is flat. You're genuinely convinced the earth is round. So hear each other out and then present what you believe is the best evidence supporting your case. And then don't, ridicule the other side because for most of human history, humans thought the earth was flat. So it's only been somewhat recent when, it's just accepted earth is round. And sure, like supposedly the Greeks proved the earth was round and probably like a couple other smart people throughout, you know, time in history, but vast majority of humanity thought the Earth was flat. So, I mean,
People who actually realized what life like they actually learned not all of but like all that they can know and actually like had the true answers that we all question.
uh,
The other people found them first, like the people who didn't want other people to know. What if they found them first and then they took them out so that no
yeah.
one could get the true answer?
And like if you go on YouTube, for example, I mean, flat Earth for some reason was a trending search a couple years ago, I think during COVID, which is already a little suspicious. But you go on YouTube, for example, you type in flat Earth, it's just gonna be a bunch of videos shaming flat Earthers and like disproving flat Earth, this, that. So the algorithm is only promoting a certain side, which already raises suspicion for the flat Earthers, and then it just ridicules them even more. Because you shouldn't ridicule other people. You should try to hear them out and whatnot. Not think, oh, I'm better than thou, and like just hear them out. That's what I'm just trying to say. Like, and honestly, if you think the Earth's flat, like, who cares? Like, I'm not gonna like hate you. I'm not gonna think you're stupid.
Now there's always a chance that they could just genuinely be wrong.
Yeah, but
That still doesn't give you the right to call them stupid. That just gives you the right to tell them that they are wrong and
yeah,
that this might still be the right way.
yeah, that their evidence was just not correct, or they were just looking through at it through the wrong lens. So,
A little off topic here, but you ever seen those like AI videos of like a skeleton going to like Rome selling certain things, and
oh,
then his name
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. And then like Socrates comes out of
guy every
nowhere.
time and questions him about it, and the skeleton, and it's an AI voice, always puts him off. He never answers the question. He always just puts him off, or at least attempts to answer the question. He always puts him off as like dumb or clueless.
Yeah.
But if you actually like listen to him for once,
I know what you're talking about. It's like Socrates comes up to the skeleton and he's like, if blah 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 is your power, what are you without it? And then it's like Then he kicked Socrates' annoying ass.
Kind of, it's funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's funny, but it just people when prompted with deep philosophical questions or something that just briefly challenges the perception, they just brush it off. They make you think, yeah, you're stupid. Like they just don't ever want to think because humans want to always be comfortable. They don't want to think that reality is vastly, different than what they've been told and what they thought they understood.
Yeah, and like, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, jeez. Sorry, just probably deafened you with my mic.
Bro just
Um,
like blew his house away.
uh, instead of pushing them away, and you were to actually talk to them, what if you got the right answer? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And oh, I just lost my thought. What was it? I'm trying to relate this to something that actually happened. Because I'm pretty sure there's a few times when politics were saying something, I don't know, something about on the stage, and someone would yell something about God or about this, and instead of actually answering them, they'd throw them out. They'd get security and kick them out. What if you were to actually just listen to what they had to say real quickly?
Yeah, Kamala Harris actually did something like that.
Like answered the question or just kicked them out?
No, it's just like kicked them out. She shamed them because they said like crisis king or something like that. 'Cause she was talking about abortion, I believe. This was a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, I believe. And she just started laughing at them, and then they, I think, got escorted out.
Also, abortion, what are your thoughts on that though? I think I've
Um,
asked you this, but never on like on a podcast, I don't
yeah.
think.
Here, I'll answer just in a second. I just want to tie back on something real quick. It,
Okay,
it
go
ties
ahead.
it ties back into like the modern school system. I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. And that's why
Mhm.
people are so quick to scoff at others, who challenge them. Oh, I think the Earth's flat. Oh, I think the Earth is a lot younger than it is. I think the Earth's a lot bigger. Or I think cancer is something different. People aren't or excuse me, they're not thinkers. They're just workers. They just work with what they're told. All right, what do I think of abortion? I think ultimately it's not good. It is bad, except if if it saves your life, like if it actually saves your life, or if you were raped. Uh, I think then you can have an exemption, but I still would heavily encourage like putting the baby up for adoption. But other than that, I don't think abortion should be allowed because
Yeah,
I think it's bad, it's sinful, and it's just not good. You know.
yeah. And like my thought on it was like, even if you're a mother, let's say you get raped, right? And then now you're having a child,
Uh huh.
even then, if you get an abortion, yeah, that's understandable. You were raped and you didn't want this child. Mm, there have been others before who gotten raped and still kept the child, knowing that this is a simple human being. It's not their fault
Hmm.
that they were born. They didn't have a choice in this, and they weren't involved in this. And now they're going to be killed because they weren't meant to be there.
Yeah, abortion is literally just you killing another
Yeah.
human being for your convenience. That's
What
what
if the
most.
person about to give birth to becomes the richest person on earth and understands life perfectly
Hmm.
and help
Like
keep killing?
yeah, you don't know who you're disposing of. And that's literally what abortion is. A vast majority of abortions is just a woman getting rid of killing another human for her convenience. And I know people are like, it's not killing, it's just a clump of cells. Well, guess what? We're also a clump of cells.
We're all
Be-
giant
Yes,
cells,
we're made of billions, if not even trillions of cells. So
quadrillion. That's so many cells.
Using that argument, they think it's okay to kill another human being based off of their size. Like they have no sense of morality or anything. It's a clump of cells. It doesn't feel pain or women's choice, or reproductive health care, whatever they call it. So, okay, a clump of cells. I'm also a clump of cells. Do you think it's okay to kill me if I inconvenience you? They can't feel pain. So murder's not bad just because the victim can't feel it. I mean, no. Murder is bad because it's the taking of another human life. Why do you think if you say you run over a pregnant woman, right? And that gets the person who killed that pregnant woman gets charged with double homicide because you
Yeah,
killed the woman and the baby.
woman and
Yeah.
the child. It's double
Yeah.
homicide.
Yeah. Let's see what else did they say. Women's choice. That's just them. They can't explain their side. They can't hold a
Well,
discussion, so they
well,
just frame it as
women,
that.
women's choice. If a father who wants to become a father and the mother doesn't want to become a mother, why is it her choice to kill the baby? Why can't the guy get a chance?
Yeah, he
She,
gave her the baby.
she gave you the key to have the baby and you didn't want the baby. Instead of just sitting there and killing it and leaving him sad, why don't you still try to have it? Like, there are ways to give birth that will not affect any of your uterus areas or down there areas. They can literally just cut them out with a
Ever,
simple procedure. My mother got it. They just simply cut me out and
mhm.
closed me up.
Ever since we gave women rights, like equal to men, all they did was abort over 2 billion plus babies, which is more humans than man has ever killed in every single war combined. Uh, Whoredom,
Not,
is
not
rampant, you
saying that
know.
some, you know, don't need to have the women's rights. Like they, some women are smart. Like
It,
my mother, my stepmother's really smart. I
it,
do think.
yeah, I'm not saying.
Sorry.
What are you gonna say?
Oh, I was just making sure, like, not that women shouldn't have rights. It's just women should always have. Like, if you want to be equal to men, be equal. But there are
Yeah,
some things that you just can't have the decision on without the male.
yeah. There's always exceptions to every rule.
Mostly around children type things. That's what we're quoting to.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well,
We're just
yeah,
doing this because I don't want to make it look like you're just a guy who hates women. I'm just making sure that
yeah.
this is something like children. We're just trying to make sure children are
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I was just saying, like, ever since women got rights, they aborted over 2 billion babies. You got whoredom, you got, prostitute. Well, not really prostitution. You just got degeneracy that's just rampant everywhere. You got OnlyFans. You got all these cam girls. You got all these pretty much just these whores everywhere. Uh, Marriage is like super low now, and there's a lot of divorces. Women are waiting to marry slash have kids until they're in their 30s, because they just either hate kids now or they want to obsess over their career. I guess, which objectively is not a bad thing, but if you think about it, when you're old and you didn't have any kids, you're probably gonna regret everything you did when you have nobody to talk to or nobody to
There's
care for you.
also another crisis about that of women now can't afford it. They're and that's true. My mother, to be honest, she shouldn't have been a mother. She couldn't afford it. They had like me, my bio mother, and my bio father. My father wanted me. He didn't know he had me, but he wanted me. He still took me. My mother didn't really want to.
Yeah.
But in at the time, they didn't have enough money for anything, so they couldn't afford me, but they still had me. I mean, my mother kind of left. My father, he fought to make sure he got me.
Yeah, the way I see it is that like throughout a lot of history, most people couldn't afford to have kids, but they still had them, and it's just that's why when you marry, you stick together because I mean things are gonna get hard. It's not just a complete
How
easy
come every time a
process.
how come every time a divorce happens, how come the woman who they even prove themselves that they don't get paid as much as a man does, but yet they're the one who get
Because it's just feminism at this point. It's just the girl's never wrong, pretty much.
they're the ones always getting the house, the kids,
And the
the
second,
monthly payments, that car. How come they get it if they can't even properly function and pay for everything as is? Like
because
if you're a stay-at-home mom and you win the court battle, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you're getting monthly income from the man, still, but now you have a bunch of kids to take care of on your own. And there might be other things like bills. If you're using what you get to pay for bills and not for your children, you shouldn't get to have the children.
mm,
You got
it's
to put that money towards your kids. That's what it's for, not for this or that or home companies. Yes, if you're, I get like bills maybe like to get the heat and stuff, but there's some things you have to provide, and if you can't provide that, you shouldn't have them.
it's just feminism, pretty much. And the second you go against it, you're misogynistic. It's all women's rights and women empowerment. It's just to keep powering this false reality that a lot of women live in. From that.
Now, not saying that there are some men who shouldn't have their children either.
Yeah,
There
of
are a lot of
course.
men out there who could be really bad towards their own children, and yes, you, if that is the case, you indefinitely should get your child. Because I guarantee you, if I ever get my own business, I'm gonna make it so that women and men can get equal pay. You work the same, you get the same pay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's smart for women to work every job a man does, though, because they're not as physically fit or strong, and they honestly just probably don't have the mental capacity to do it. Not saying they're stupid, but they're more emotional, and that's probably why it's not best to have a woman working with you in the infantry or like on the oil rigs or even on a construction crew. So I mean, that's what I think. And I think it's not because I hate women or think they shouldn't, work. It's because I think it's me looking out for them in a way. Like, oh, I know you can't do this, but you think you can. uh, this isn't going to work out for you very well. So it'd be better if you just stayed at somewhere where it's a little safer and more fit for you, you know?
Yeah.
I know I probably just pissed a lot of people off with that, but
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I guarantee you made hundreds of people mad with that.
But again, I challenged them, have a debate, have a sit down or like a civil discussion, not just, oh, he's racist or homophobic or misogynistic.
Yeah.
Because if you just say that, I mean, you pretty much already lost the debate then. If that's all you have to offer, just wrap it
Yeah.
up. I offered my side, you offer your side, you know. Then we'll figure it out from there.
Oh man, the door's so creaky.
Well, dude,
Yeah. But anyways, no, I'm not saying that some can't. There's obviously like I've seen
I
women
mean,
who same thing as men. Like there are women who are probably like 100 times stronger than I am
hmm
at some things, but that's just how they were.
yeah, and oftentimes you have to work for it. You know, like you got these women wrestlers or bodybuilders, like they just didn't come out like that.
Yeah, they worked for it. Well, steroids, but
Yeah, I mean, you still steroids just doesn't make you ripped. You still have to get built, and then
still
steroids help you. You know.
they help you.
Yeah.
But I mean, me personally, I prefer to go for, try to build it on my own, even if it doesn't look big.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you.
You're probably more like a power lifter. You want the strength. You
I
want
want
like the.
I want to build my muscle, make sure it's thick. I want to
Mhm.
make sure I can get this up. That's different compared
Mhm.
to what if you were to see a boxer, they want all their power towards their arms, their upper body, also their legs, because I know they kick a lot.
Yeah, and like they're still strong. They probably just don't have the same strength to weight ratio as you
They might
might.
not be able to
So.
lift as much as you can, but they can hit as just as hard as much as you can lift.
Mhm. All right, I have to use the bathroom really bad, so I'm gonna pause this recording real quick.
All right.
All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.